Hey everyone, this is Cross My DNA and welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. So today we're going to be building a lighthouse, and I did a lighthouse tutorial not too long ago, but I really didn't like how it turned out, and that was because that was what we built in the last tutorial. Now I've since taken down the video just because I really didn't like how it looks. It's a little bit too much like a birthday cake, and if you're going to build a lighthouse, you might as well go big. So today we are going to be making a ginormous lighthouse. And I have a nice little setup here just to give it a little bit of context, since you wouldn't really have a lighthouse not surrounded by any kind of water. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. And for right now, what you're going to need is, probably don't need grass, but I have it just in case. You're going to need a block of quartz, red stained clay, black stained clay, cobblestone, stone brick stairs, chiseled stone bricks, and regular stone bricks. Now that was just for the path that I made going up to it. You probably won't need that in the actual building. So to start out with, we're just going to make a Minecraft circle, and it's just going to be 5 blocks. Oh, we're going to actually start with the cobblestone. So it's going to be 5 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 out this way, 1 in the corner, 2 this way, and then 5 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to repeat that all the way around. So 2 that way, 1 in the corner, 2 this way, and 5 this way. Yeah, I'm falling off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was that right? That was. Okay. Just double checking my work here. 2 that way, 1 in the corner, and 2 this way. So that is what it's going to look like from above, and that's just going to be the base of our lighthouse. So now we are actually going to go ahead and go around it all one more time with the cobblestone, just to get a too high base going here. So there we go, and this is where our doorway is going to be, right in the middle here. So it's just going to be 2 blocks up like that. And on the top, we're going to give it a little bit of a decoration. So we're going to take the chiseled bricks in the corners and then just one of the regular bricks there. And then I think we'll even give it a little bit of extra decoration and just change these to the chiseled bricks. So that's going to be our doorway. And inside here, we're going to change this whole bottom floor to the cobblestone. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with my World Edit tool here. Let's just see. So now that we have our base completed, we're going to go ahead and start building up with our different colors, and we're going to start with the red stained clay. We're just going to make a block like that, and then on each of these side windows, we're going to make a 3x3 block with a hole in the middle. And the hole in the middle is just going to be for windows, and we're going to put some torches in there to make everything light up at night. And then from here, we're going to start going in, and we're going to go in one layer from the cobblestone on the outside. So this is what the next layer is going to look like up from the bottom. And now we're just going to build this up 3 times with the red. And that is the red chunk that is now completed. And now we're going to do the exact same thing again, but with the white. So we're going to do 3 layers of white, and then we're going to do another 3 layers of red. So that's going to be directly on top of that. We're not moving in yet. It's going to be very tall. And make sure that you're leaving a hole in the middle of all of these front faces on all of the colors. So now we have our bottom tier done, and we're going to go ahead and move into the inside and make another tier. And this time we're going to start with the white. So we're still going to have our 3 front faces, so we're going to just do like this. And then from here, we're going to move into and just do 1 in the corners and then 2 this way as well. And then we have our 3 on the side again. So we move into 1 in the corners, into this way, and then 3 on the side. So that is a top-down view of the next layer, and we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing as we did with the first layer and build this up 3 stacks of white, 3 layers of red, and then another 3 layers of white, making sure to leave the middle spaces open for our windows. And that is going to be the second tier of our lighthouse. We're going to do one more up, one more 3 high tier up, and then we're going to start doing the top. So now again, we're going to take our red and we're going to do the same thing with the same pattern on the inside. So 3 to start like that, 2 in this way, 2 in that way, and then the 3 on the side. So that is going to be what the next 3 layers are going to look like. So we're going to go ahead and do 3 layers of red, 3 layers of white, and another 3 layers of red to finish it off. So that is what our lighthouse looks like so far, and now we're just going to go ahead and add a couple layers of cobblestone around the top here before we add the final top piece. So this is the view of the top layer of cobblestone, and we're just going to add 2 layers of those in total, so just 1 more layer. And now to work on the top, we're going to take our black stained clay right here, and we're actually going to go back out 1 more after this cobblestone and make it line up with the red. So this is the view from the top for the bottom part of our base right here. And now we're going to go ahead and fill all of this in with the black stained clay. So you want to make sure that you leave 1 hole exactly in the center so you can access the top of your lighthouse from the inside. And now we're going to start in the redstone portion of this. So you're going to need a block of quartz, the black stained clay, some white stained glass, a redstone lamp, redstone repeater, some regular redstone, and a lever. And for the outside, we're just going to do 3 on the side like this with the redstone lamps. And the inside of this is just a little bit tricky. There isn't a really good way in such a small amount of space to make it so all of the lights rotate around correctly. So what we're going to do is kind of a compromise. We're actually going to just take our white stained glass and just finish off the rest of the top part right here like this. And what the white stained glass is going to do is it's going to pick up on some of the lights from the redstone lamps, and it's going to make it look like it actually is going all the way around, even if only these panels on the side are going to actually be lit up. So now you're going to take your block of quartz and just fill in the bottom portion right here with the quartz, just so we have a nice floor and we can actually see what we're doing here. Again, making sure to leave that hole in the bottom so you can access it. Now for the redstone repeaters, we're going to basically make it so the circuit flows from one panel to the next. And what you're going to do is make sure you're facing this way and place 3 of them like this. Leave this one on the first setting, hit this one once, and hit this one twice. And we're going to do that on each of the 4 panels. So leave that alone, hit this one once, hit this one twice. Once, twice. Once, twice. And then in the corner of each of these, you want to make sure that you're facing this direction and place this all the way at the bottom. So 3 times for these middle ones. 1, 2, 3. And now you're going to place the redstone everywhere except in the corners. So we're going to place our lever. It doesn't really matter where you place it. We can always change it later if the staircase that we're going to build inside doesn't line up quite correctly. And what you're going to do for this is you're going to turn it on and then off immediately. So on, off. And what this is going to do is it's going to send the current from one section to the next. So if we take a look outside, we can see that it's going all the way around and it's just swooping around. Now this does make it very laggy, unfortunately, if you don't have a very beefy computer. So we're going to go ahead and shut this off for the rest of the tutorial, and then we're going to turn it back on at the end. So just break the redstone to destroy the circuit and turn it off. We'll put that back so we can fix it later. So now to finish this off, you're going to take your black stained clay and just complete everything on the inside. So now that you have the top covered like that, you want to go ahead and make a small little dome up at the top. And we're going to do that very much in the same way that all of the others were created. So that is going to give us our nice little peaked dome at the top. Now we're going to go ahead and top it off with a few torches just to light it up a little bit extra. And we're just going to place these in all of the windows going all the way down. To build the spiral staircase, all you're going to need is a block of quartz stairs, and some cobblestone. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky just because it's not going to line up perfectly because of the differences in the tier heights. So we're just going to try our best here. And we're going to do 2 blocks of quartz right there and then build up with our cobblestone. If I could build up correctly, that would be awesome. Oh, and I forgot one more thing. You are also going to need the quartz slab as well. And when you get to a corner like this, you're just going to fill it up with some slabs. And then you're going to have to start on the next tier like this. And we're back, and we've finally finished our staircase all the way to the top of the lighthouse. It's a little bit difficult to see, but it does spiral all the way up. So I'm just going to go ahead and walk it up kind of slowly just to show you guys what's going on here. So all I did was put some torches in the sides here just to light it up a little bit, make it a little bit easier to see. And then on the sides, it's just these cobblestone blocks, and then the quartz stairs in the middle, just 2 wide. And every time you get to a corner, all you do is you just fill it in with some slabs and then continue the spiral staircase up as straight as far as you can go. And then you get to the wall where you just put a couple more slabs. You always want to try and lead at least 2 blocks away from the wall. So if you're going up and you're building your staircase and you do one here, you're not going to have enough room to fit the curve of the staircase. So you're just going to want to make sure that you leave at least 2 blocks to the wall. That is going to get a little bit tricky as we get up closer, but there's kind of a tricky workaround to that, so we're going to look at that in a second. So just continuing the climb up. So again, 2 blocks away from the wall. And the staircases do get shorter, obviously, as it spirals up. So 2 blocks away from the wall, 2 away from the wall. And then this is a little bit hard just because this is exactly where you go ahead and meet the top portion of it. So it's a little bit of a finagling. You're only going to do 2 blocks of stairs this way, and then you're just going to have 1 away from the wall here because that's all the room that you really have, and you are kind of left with an awkward staircase like this. You can always put it like this to kind of make it look a little bit nicer. And this just goes straight up to our lever. And we can actually just go and flick this on and off really quickly to get our spiral, and then we'll show you guys outside. So that should be going right now. And let's just walk all the way down. And you know, before we actually go and take a look at the outside of this, let's just build a couple benches in here. So just to make it kind of extra nice in here, we're going to add a few little benches to the inside here. And we're just going to be using some spruce stairs and slabs here. Just place a couple of those upside down with some slabs in the middle. And we'll just make some little faux tiki torches inside here as well. I think that's gonna hit actually, so let's do it right next to this. There we go. And just stick one in here as well to top it off. So let's just go ahead and take a look at it outside. It is nighttime, which is perfect. And there is our finished lighthouse. I think it looks pretty awesome. We'll just take a look at it in the daytime as well. 10 a.m. sounds fabulous. And that's a view of it in the daytime. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, go ahead and leave a like and feel free to comment with whatever is on your mind. If you want to try this out yourself, please go ahead and do so and show me what you made. I would love to see it. So thanks again, and I hope all of you will join me for the next tutorial.